What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants, no hate. So I watched the fight hype video interview with not really an interview, it was just Alycia Baumgardner was live talking to people, her fans or whatever, and fight hype just basically played the video. Now, let me say this about Alycia Baumgardner. And let me make myself clear about any fighter. Okay? Any fighter that I listen to speak, that I watch fight, I don't make anything personal. We're not friends. I don't know these people. Okay? My thing is this. When you do two-faced type of things and you show yourself to be like not trustworthy, I don't care how talented you are. That type of stuff make me like pull back. If you win, you win. You lose, you lose. I never take it personal. But I feel like having talent is not just all there is to it. It's how you carry yourself as well. It's like I tell my sons, being honor roll students are great. That's great. Achieving and accomplishing what you want to in life, that's great. But don't go through life being arrogant, big-headed, looking down on people, talking as if, you're just a better human being than someone because you have more material things or more money, things like that. And I always pay attention to that type of stuff. And, I want them to understand that because it's more to just accomplishing things. That's why you always listen to music and see these videos. Everybody's always talking about, as long as you getting yours, if everybody else, middle fingers up. It's always money, money. I got this, I accomplished that. To the point where that's what makes you feel good about life. Now, in the boxing ring, Claressa Shields has a second to none mentality, male or female. That's a fact. So what? Alycia Baumgardner is basically saying Claressa Shields is irrelevant. She's trying to stay relevant by mentioning my name. Like, Alycia, what the hell are you talking about? You started this whole situation. Claressa wasn't mentioning your name. Claressa was at your fight wearing a Alycia Baumgardner t-shirt. Alycia Baumgardner was getting support by Claressa. Like, what are you talking about? So then she says Claressa doesn't have anybody else to fight. She needs me. Like, what are you talking about? Now she goes, she has options. When you have options, everybody got something to say about you. I'm saying, you know what? This woman is trying to bring attention to herself by just making up things. For people that's talking about her training with Bomat or training with Bill Haney or whoever the hell, whoever, I don't know and I don't care. That's her business. So what? And for her and Tony Harrison, Tony Harrison, I watched the interview with him, and he makes, bottom line, what he said was, when the person that interviewed him asked him, so did y'all part ways? He said, I don't want to say we parted ways. He said, let me say it like this. When she figures it all out, then, So he's basically saying he's open to work with her. He never had a problem working with her. And the only thing he said that if you want to say is a downside, but it wasn't him trying to lay into her. He said as much as she hated running with him, he made her get up and run. That will explain why her cardio is white like it is. Because on her own, she likes to throw the punches, hit the bag and all that type of stuff, but she don't like to run. And a lot of fighters don't. And you have fighters that have certain things they like, certain things they don't like. And it shows with her stamina is like, she fights in spots, and as long as she's able to be defensive and make you miss, pot shot, last some shit, move, she's okay. But that's why I said when she gets in there with someone that can push the pace, I'm not talking about a Leonardo 2 type of fighter. Why? Leonardo 2 throws a lot of punches that they're just trying to land something. It's no real rhyme or reason. She doesn't really set you up with shots, set traps. She just throws punches. Okay, try to hit something. Someone that's strategic, someone that can break you down, someone that can just keep going and not get tired will always give Alycia Baumgardner problems, because Alycia Baumgardner's stamina is not where it should be. This is why once she starts letting her hands go, she doesn't throw punches for a long period of time. And she goes into that defensive shell to, you know, of course, smartly to try to avoid the shots, but it's because she doesn't have anything. She can't throw anything at that moment. She drains herself. That being said, Tony Harrison didn't try to bury her, but it's obvious there's something going on, and he doesn't want to speak about it. I respect that because, you know, we see anytime a trainer and a fighter have an issue, and they, you know, I feel like don't air your dirty laundry out. Don't like for what? What's the purpose? Okay, but at the same time, people are, oh man, we're Tony Harrison. He's not loyal. Like, and oh, she's so beautiful. And I'm like, yeah, here we go with the simps. Here go the simple-minded. Here go the simple-minded guys. You're blaming Tony Harrison for a decision she made, and he said her decision has nothing to do with me, personally. Me, when she figures it all out, what she wanted, this obviously something else she feels she needs. See, but what she's saying about Shields is the other way around. Shields never called the name out. She talk about, she said she'd fight me at 147. Now all of a sudden she's all capped. She don't want the... Talking about, you know, when you have everything, when you have all the options, when you are that person, like, and she says arrogantly, for people that don't rock with me, you don't have a reason to not like me. I'm cool as fuck. Like, okay, I see. Arrogance. Y'all call Shields arrogant because she says she can beat Keith Thurman. Y'all call Shields arrogant because she has a second to none mentality. Yet y'all the same people that say no real fighter will ever say any fighter could beat them. Y'all say it. It's just that Shields really believes that shit. And so-called men get their feathers ruffled and want to argue with a female, like a female. Baumgardner is sounding delusional. The woman can fight. She's talented. She's not a Clarissa Shields. She can talk all the shit she wants. But to me, then she's giving Katie Taylor all these props now. Yeah, you know, and this and that. That's what you should have been talking about from day one. The people that's more your size. I said this woman from 130 up to 147. She got options, and I don't know if she's going to go to 147 or whatever. But you know, she basically has options. But that's if they want to fight her, because now people can look at her and go, we don't even know if you a drug cheat as far as we're concerned. See, the guys that see Alycia as eye candy will say anything. Y'all probably like I saw an interview with her and Shaquille O'Neal, and she said that she had guys coming to her DM saying, oh my God, can you punch me in the face, and all this kind of goofy, simple-minded shit. Yeah, y'all them dudes that learn to be fucking handcuffed and had that little ball in your mouth getting slapped at your ass, strapped on and all that kind of nonsense. Y'all some weirdos. Because I'm like, what the hell does her looks have to do with any of this? Her talent alone, like I said, there's no one fighter. Look, all these fighters, to me, all of them, at some point have some type of arrogance, some type of ego. Confidence and ego are two different things, but there's a fine line between the two. My thing about Baumgardner is, Shields never called you out. So when your little fanboys are going, oh, no, did she call everybody's name except you? No, Shields don't call nobody's name. They're always asking Shields who she wants to fight. She always says she don't know. I mean, whoever. I'm, you know, she's not, who is she calling out? She's the champ. They should be calling her out. The problem is, you got a fighter who's not even in that weight class trying to call the shots. When you that big, I've reached such a big status. And no, you didn't. You're not on that level where you can fight just anybody and everybody's going to come. You don't sell more tickets than Clarissa Shields do. Here's a fact. We knew who Clarissa Shields was from the jump before she even turned pro. Far before we knew who Alycia Baumgardner was. And that's a fact. Nobody knew who the hell Alycia Baumgardner was. Baumgardner started to get light when she fought against Michaela Mayer. And this is a fact. Before the Michaela Mayer fight, you didn't even really hear too much about no Alycia Baumgardner. You know, when she fought Terry Harper, she stopped her, but you didn't, her name, listen, you guys know, I've been doing these videos for a minute. Nobody was talking about her. In fact, who was the one that did a video about her? Aries. Before she even fought against her, because matter of fact, I saw the fight that she had when she lost to Leonardo. And, you know, I spoke about her when she fought Terry Harper. I spoke about her. Nobody knew who the fuck I was talking about. Alycia Baumgardner's name did not ring bells. When she started talking shit and she started to really like make noise as far as when she fought Michaela Mayer, you hear her talk. Everybody was saying she's trying to get that recognition. This is a fight she needs to win. She did all this talk, flexing her muscles and all of that, and great. And I was pulling for her to win. But bottom line is, the popularity she's talking about, no. Her saying that Claressa Shields is all cap and trying to get famous off of her. How's she trying to get famous off of you? You're calling her name. You are calling her name. She's not calling your name. So at the end of the day, this is what I feel the situation is. Like I said before, one, she never cleared herself of proved anything about passing that drug test. She took the hair sample 3 months later. Just saying. But they cleared her. She don't want to talk about that. She don't want to, go into that. What happened is over. She's moving on, right? Don't you know these fighters can say, you're a drug cheat? You just think you're going to walk up here in my division and just demand a title shot? You're talking about, you notice how she's not bringing up Amanda Serrano's name. And Serrano, we know with the detached retina, her fight was just canceled. So I don't see anything happening between them anytime soon, if it does happen. But she's talking about, are you paying me? Like 12 rounds. Like, she really has a big swelled head. And she's trying to be something that she's not. She's not a superstar. She's just not. She's talented, but she's not a superstar. Now, she's doing all this praising of Katie Taylor, but what I'm saying is, let's say if the Taylor fight don't happen. Is she going to have that same energy with her as she had with Shields? You know damn well, when it comes to, you can't talk about female boxing and not talk about Claressa Shields in terms of who's that number one spot in female boxing. It's not no damn Alycia Baumgardner. Stop that, man. And Baumgardner, at the end of the day, you're calling out Shields' name, and what you're doing is, to me, as far as I'm concerned, you use her name to clout chase, to get people talking about you. Now, you never had any intentions of going to her weight class. You knew that she would have. What reason did she have to come to 147? So now, what you're doing is playing the whole, she's all capped, she don't really want to fight, and she's using my name because she has nothing without me. And no, that's not what's happening. The reality is, you're calling her name because you are the one that needs the recognition. She's far more known than you are. And you notice a lot of people are saying Detroit's own. Is like, no, she's not from Detroit, she's from Ohio. But this is the point of what I'm saying. This is why people say, like, well, yeah, because she's always talking about Detroit. Exactly. The whole point is this, y'all. She knew that this fight wasn't going to happen, but she figured it would get attention to her. And while her inactivity is going on of not having an actual fight, she's saying Shields don't have anybody to fight. Shields is fighting, 4 times in the PFL. She wants a boxing match next. She doesn't know against who, but guess who else is not naming an actual opponent, though? Baumgardner. You don't have a fight booked. So everything that she's saying is like she's saying it about herself, but she don't even realize that. So if anybody's clout chasing, is Baumgardner. And until you say, well, I'm fighting such and such next, then that means you have no fight. So when you say that she's clout chasing off your name and she's irrelevant, how is she irrelevant? If she's irrelevant, then why would you want to fight an irrelevant fighter? You understand what I mean? That would make no sense. That makes zero sense. You're not doing her any favors. And what would happen is this, the same thing when Layla fought against Christy Martin. After Claressa destroys you, she was too small, but she dared to be great, though. She won. No, your size, we don't want to hear that shit after you get beat. The worst thing that can happen to Alycia Baumgardner now, she does all this talk, she fights Serrano, fight a Katie Taylor, and then lose to them. Because they're going to look at her and go, damn, I think this motherfucker was on roids or something, or was taking something. She might have really been guilty. Now all of a sudden she loses. Or she just doesn't look as good. And then 2, after all of this shit talking, if you can't beat Serrano, how the fuck you going to beat Shields? Let's just be real. Let's be real. Stay in your lane and fight the people that's available to you. And I say stay in your lane because you're scared to jump out your lane and go to 154. So stay in your lane and fight those girls there. Otherwise, if you're not willing to go to somebody's weight class, you got to cut all that shit out. She's scared of Baumgardner, but she's not scared of big-ass Savannah Marshall and all these other hard-hitting women that would completely knock her out because she's too damn little. She's too small for all of them, not just Shields. People think because Shields don't have a high knockout ratio that Baumgardner has a chance. She would get obliterated, just like Marshall did and everybody else. And if any one of you out there telling yourself that she would beat Franchon Cruz or she would beat Savannah Marshall, y'all smoking crack. Anyway, and you know I'm talking about Baumgardner, of course. She's too small for all of them, plain and simple. And skill-wise, she's good with these smaller women. You've never seen her have to fight somebody really tall, much taller, much bigger, much stronger, rehydrate weight. You've never seen her have to do that. It's different. Believe it. So the clout chasing is on her side. That's just a reality. I don't care if I like you as a fighter or not. I'm going to speak the truth. Bottom line. And the reality is, what she's talking in that interview, she sounds delusional. Talk to me in the comment section, y'all. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.